everybody. Welcome. I'm just making sure we got everything set up. But yeah, welcome. We're so glad to have you here today. Yes, this is not going to be the standard day. We're in the rec room right now. Well, not really the rec room. Still have a little duty to take care of up here at the outpost before I head back to Earth. So we're going to do all that there. But there's going to be a lot of changes here at Power Up Church. If you've noticed, we've gotten more of a space theme going on. That's what we're looking for at this stage, because looking back on everything, it just was like, we're feeling a little dated. We're going along the same ways. We're trying to something new. We're trying to, explore options. And many have suggested, some of you emailed us, some of you have texted us, which is really cool. Thank you. That, we're acting like a regular church. And that's not a bad thing. A lot of people said that, but here's the thing. It's like, you're trying to do something new and advanced and stuff like that. Why don't you give it a sci-fi look or sci-fi feel or a futuristic feel? And we're like, that's not a bad idea. So what you're going to be seeing is a lot of changes going on towards more of a futuristic outlook. We should be looking towards the future, not just for ourselves, but for the future of humanity, for our communities, and all this, and Jesus being our guide, with God being the ultimate commander here. And if you go to our website, we've done a huge change on there. Plus, we've got our first mission set up for those of you who are looking to donate to the Power Corps. That's our monthly service, where 90% of your donations goes to the mission itself, and 10% just goes to the church. And we've really harped on that a lot, because as many of you've heard, Power Boost, which is just basically just to keep the lights on for the church. Power Core is where we really want you to be focused on. We don't want you to just use Power Boost, because that's just a one-time thing. The monthly thing is a little bit more easier to work with, only because, first of all, it has its own mission and goals. There are 3 of them. First one's already up. It's for community center complexes in many of the states, and in areas where lack of community, or where a community can really come together and build up and do better. I lived in a a town where they finally put in a teen center and a senior center right next to each other. And I'll tell you, when it first went in, a lot of kids were skeptical about the senior center being next door. But what turned out to be just a serendipitous event, both generations worked together. And the older generation came over to the teen center to do uh, basically hobbies like model plane building, which I did, which is really cool, uh, and a lot of other activities. And it was just this great thing. So that's our first mission. That's mission number one. Mission number two is a disaster relief convoy. And basically, it's what it says on the tin. We have a convoy of people. So if there's a big tornado that struck in an area, and let's say that a church is devastated or a community is really devastated and they really can't have church services or just services in general, what we can do is we'll go in, get services ready, get community back and organized together. And also on top of that, one of the things that we want to work with is many of the homeowner insurance providers usually send a group out to the, like FEMA, they send a group out to um, a devastated area. And what we want to do is we want to work with them. We know USAA does. We know, I think Geico does. We do know Progressive does. So with those companies, basically make a setting where, hey, parents can take care of their business. We'll take care of the kids, whether it's teenagers, young adults, whatever. We'll take care of that with gaming tents, with food and stuff like that, just to get the community back and going, so that as time progresses, we can actually start winding down those operations. We have disaster counselors, grief counselors, that whole thing ready to go at a moment's notice. Head out there and work with community leaders, work with the insurance adjusters that are out there, and work with the community as a whole, just to make sure that there's some semblance of normalcy in a disaster area. I've lived through several earthquakes. One was fairly devastating, the Northridge earthquake. I've seen what that can do firsthand. And finally, our third one, and we're still roughing it out, but the semblance is still the same. What we're looking to do is a volunteer work program where, for those of you who have student loans and have a degree or a talent that is just so underutilized out there because the job force is so saturated, what we're looking to do is you volunteer for us. You still have to work out there. We don't want you to be just, oh, we're going to give up everything and do this. You're going to have to find living expenses, living accommodations, all that. You're going to have to live your life and you'll have to work. But the way we're going to do it is we're looking to, in paying off your student loan, you will volunteer for work for us, and we have a set contract for that. It is still classified as a loan, but to get rid of usury, which is basically interest on a loan, basically no interest, but you volunteer your hours with us. We'll give you tasks and stuff like that, and we'll have a matrix based on open glass. Is it glass door? I can't remember. But we'll look at the matrices for your industry that we're focusing you on, and pay scale and all that. And what we'll do is we'll block out how much time you put in, blah blah blah, the whole what work you did, and we'll deduct it from there. After 5 years, if there's still some left, that's the end of it. You've worked 5 years for us. We're going to write it off. That's our goal. So that's why Power Core is so foundational for us, is because we want to make sure that community is first, community is second, and the individual is third. Now, you may think that, well, that's a weird way to put it, but here's the point. When it comes to the student loan thing, it's still part of the community. You're still working, for an employer. You're working for us in a volunteer capacity, but you're working off to pay that loan. And on top of that, your student loan debt won't increase because there's interest attached to it. Again, it's a no interest work loan. So that's what we're looking at. That's how we're doing it. But you want to know something? That's the boring stuff. How about we do this? Give me just a few moments and we're going to go into the game. So let me get it charged up here. I looked at our save game. We haven't played this section since September 5th. But again, this is the Rec Room. We'll be right back. Technology kind of weird spooks me. And here's what we're doing. So, like I said, September 5th is the last time we were here in the Rec Room. So we're at level 10. And if you're joining us in our ready room, you'll notice that we're at level 22. So we have a ways to go. So let's get into it. So let's go get Delia's blue. Oh, that's right. The chat crashed again. Gotta love technology. Or we'll look at getting it cleared up eventually. We have creepy crawlies in this area. Not happening.
Delia window. Yep, this is it. Let's take it back to her.
I do like certain things. All right. So we are on. We have. Yeah. Not yet. Can't bounce one yet. All right. So that's set.
Deposit ready for extraction. Maintenance requested. Maintenance required. Last service in 137 soul cycles. Deposit ready for extraction.
Could this thing really have been out here for that long?
Yeah, I could believe that. The way things are sometimes. This is one thing that I think it's like it's going to find out that, oh, humans are kind of important. Not really, but it's really simple.
maintenance underway. Updating system registry. Deposit extracted.
There you go. Finally where you need to be.
Yay. That was nice. All right. Now here we go. Got all that. Crafting is up. Yeah, crafty are we? Very crafty. But we gotta charge catalyst. Yes. Now. So yeah, that's why I really want to.
Baseline, la-di-da. Can't you see me?
Scrap, is your speech processor glitching again?
No. I am reading out file names from one of the storage units inside the box.
Don't tell me you're rummaging through Delia's things.
It may interest you that the box contains no research material, but mostly outdated media files.
Delia will know if anything's missing. You just keep your nose out of it, okay?
As you wish.
You're back.
It's been a bit of a journey, but is this what you've been looking for?
Looks about right. Let me check.
A friend of mine called Shaw told me where to find it. He's the chief officer of Nephthys Station. That's where they were shipping you. He's a good guy. Told me losing a doctor put them in a pretty tough spot.
Oh, damn it.
What is it?
Those bastards took my research files. I had made certain that they would be shipped along with me, but G&B must have removed them after they froze me.
What kind of research?
Medical stuff. You wouldn't... Sorry, I don't want to take this out on you. It just looks like G&B screwed me over far worse than I had thought. So, what were you saying about this Shaw?
Forget it. It's not important.
They're missing a doctor, huh? I'm not very keen on moving to their base, but I could set up a secure line and talk to them. If they have any medical emergencies, I might be able to assist them remotely.
You are aware that they're G&B, right?
I do, but I am a doctor above all else. Once again, I'm walking back into my forest with open eyes. It's a reference to a song. At least my books and music are still in that box.
That's a good
It will keep me sane for a while.
What kind of books?
All sorts. Guilty pleasures, high art, most of it pre-off-worldian stuff. But I like it. Hey, once things have calmed down a bit, I could give you an introduction.
I would like that.
Good. We have an appointment. Well, I gotta get back to my lab. Thanks again, Adam.
You're welcome.
And there we go. And headphones. Inner storage. Yay. Our mainframe expansion. There we go. Always works out good. So let's look at our missions here. Gathering dust. Let's head to that. All right.
Hive, variant speech protocol to female voice.
If you insist, although the method of delivery does not alter the message.
It might be a little more pleasant. Let's just give it a try.
Of course. My default voice was not intended as overtly masculine to begin with.
Yeah, I get your point. Well, let's just stick to default for now.
As you wish.
Let's start guaranteeing that. I can definitely guarantee that. My wife can definitely say the same too. So what you got again? Another puzzle game.
Ah, credits.
Let's do this.
Just trying to do business here. Now, back. It's like, you keel there later. There we go. Turbo pack later.
The data on this server is beyond retrievable.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, this thing's trashed.
Let's try the other one. Oh, that's right.
Enemies in range. Jerks. Good thing I cleared this out earlier.
Found one of the server locations. Hive, can you run a scan to see if this is the one we're looking for?
The drives are completely scrambled. This cannot be the one.
Best keep looking then.
Let's head to the wall. Just jump in and just give us heck.
Multiple hostiles incoming.
No, come. Alright. So, there is a server. Open again. Well, this will tell you. This side. It's the other side. Yeah, see, there. One terminal later. Tells you how this is great.
The memory has been wiped.
Well, that's not
Yeah, by the archive admin. When was that?
a long time ago in a galaxy.
The timestamp is unreadable.
Let's see what the other servers have in store.
There's enemies at Cool. How is there an obstruction? Now, intrigue do we have here? There you go. And let's see.
Interesting.
Is this the one?
No. However, I am reading some curious file details on a previous transfer to a new location.
I'll keep looking for more servers.
There are no more server locations, at least none highlighted by the trader.
Huh. Wasn't there anything you could glean from those other drives?
There were some remaining files of historical interest dating to the time of the Okar incursion of Palimon. I came across numerous entries authored by the archive admin, some written decades apart.
Could it be the same person?
The author states that they arrived in Palimon as a mere miner, but wishes they had stayed on Eculus base, where they felt more at home. I do have a record of a mining station in the vicinity of Eculus. Here are its coordinates.
Well, it's a long shot, but maybe that's where they transferred the databank. Let's check it out.
Well, let's check it. Gosh knows we don't have anything else.
The station appears to be abandoned.
All the better, I suppose?
All better to just somehow I'm drawn to this thinking. It's like something's again, I'm called by the strange desire for a loop. I'll find the other one. Maybe. If I feel like it. But, let's see how well we do with this. Happy task.
If the trader was right and the data he's looking for still exists, this place is our last chance of finding it. All right, Hive. Hold tight. I'm heading in.
Who are you? How did you find this place?
Don't move. I've got my crosshairs trained right on you.
Why does everyone have to be so jumpy nowadays?
Well, let's
Come
see.
now, relax. There's enough calamity at play as it is.
Are you referring
that's
to the
enough.
disintegration of the Bloodstar gang, or the general state of the DMZ?
The former, obviously. Damned Bolton. It was bad for a while already, but it got worse once he took over.
Bolton?
People called him Gas Mask. Not that anyone would call him that to his face, of course. He was disfigured, bitter.
Oh, yeah. Gas Mask. Doesn't quite earn my sympathy.
What would you know about any of this? You've encountered him?
I don't want to get into it. I'm just looking for a particular databank. I'm working on the assumption that someone brought it here ages ago. Whoever archive admin was.
Yes, that was me. I suppose G&B hired you in order to ascertain the remaining resource value of the region. We mined on Palimon during the war. We knew the risks, but then G&B failed to extract us from the encroaching battlefront.
Well, that
When the
would turn
dust
anybody
settled,
bitter.
the only ones left were the few of us who hid deep in the shafts. The databank you're looking for is more than simply log records and resource locations. For G&B, it's a historical stain on their reputation that needs to be erased unless they are ever taken to account. For us, it's where we came from. It's who we are.
Or what's left of you. Bloodstar's finished.
You seem pleased enough about it. You know, we weren't always on the wrong side of affairs. I was the gang historian, but my job was more than keeping files. It was onboarding new recruits to our code. It was keeping the continuity. Now,
That's what a
there are
good
none left to
historian
carry
does.
the flame. Some are joining new gangs and leaving their old allegiances behind.
Anything like that.
Some are trying to flee the DMZ altogether. All that remains are the stories. Take the data bank. I'm not equipped to resist you in any case. But keep in mind, the drives are antiquated and cumbersome, incompatible with newer technology. The whole data bank needs to be physically removed from the back of the station. I only want to live out the rest of my time here in peace.
That is quite a heavy tale. Thanks for sharing it.
Just get out of here. I've done all I can. My life's work is over.
Hey, take care out there.
Whatever.
Let's see, inventory-wise. I'll take the range, yeah. Much for everything else, but gives us some goods. Let's see, anything. I'll take the antiquated energy core for 600. Crafting wise. Nice. That's a bonus. Alright.
You are drawing fire.
No kidding. Now I can retrieve in peace.
I found it. Removing it now. Pull me up a random section, Hive.
Bloodstar code updated 0703-3045. Care, camaraderie, coexistence. The Bloodstar Oath is amended to include squadmate responsibility for widowed and orphaned members.
Okay, that's interesting. So they did have some form of social code.
Like pirates.
Pull me up another.
Well, like
1712-3048.
historical
A
pirates.
crew of 15 found malnourished after being forced from Union. 2 weeks rest and recuperation offered. A number already expressing interest in joining our ranks.
Does it?
Well, they can't have been all that bad if they were rescuing starving crews. I wonder where it all went wrong for these guys. Let's try another.
Yeah, let's figure it out.
3011-3055. Man-at-Arms Bolton again challenges the chief for leadership. The council intervenes to remind Bolton of the electoral process which has existed since the gang's founding. Bolton is reprimanded, but remains defiant.
Sounds like something.
Sounds like a slide into a dictatorship. I reckon we did Bloodstar a favor by ridding them of Gas Mask, even though it meant their undoing. Hive, I need to reconsider this. I mean, what's G&B gonna do with all this but mine it for resource data and erase the rest?
Not really.
We have a choice here. Return the data to the old-timer and let him finish his life's work, or cash it in for a healthy profit.
Well, I know what I do. Option A.
You have returned.
I'm a
Yeah,
historian.
I've had a change of heart. I think you should keep the data bank. Let's just say I might have learned a new appreciation for history.
Tell me something. I've been wondering. Are you him?
What do you mean?
Come on, there aren't many fighters out here who could have picked a fight with Bloodstar. So are you the guy?
Is this for the record?
On the final page.
Yeah, I'm the guy along with Dexter Bashar who killed Bolton. Gas Mask. We were taken hostage and tortured. Dexter Bashar. Be sure you get that name right.
Nasty business. I was never keen on the hostage taking. Bolton was the reason it all went to hell.
Maybe one day you'll be able to rebuild Bloodstar how it used to be.
No, it's just a story now. You've shown heart by helping to preserve it. Thank you.
Get a new keycap. We're going to take a few moments here and take a small break. See if I can get the chat recalibrated and up and running. So give me a few moments and we will be back at the top of the hour. All right, we're back. Like I said, small break. I got the chat up and running. We are all good to go. Let's carry on, my friends. Yeah, you know what? Let's clean up this area. Hands at 10 and 2. 4 and 6. Again, there it is.
A mainframe component. Enough of these and I can get upgraded.
Just a bit.
Hive, apart from your voice, is it possible to change aspects of your personality?
Yes, that is possible.
Is there any way to make you a bit friendlier? A little less cynical?
Gee, Captain, you betcha. That's such a swell suggestion. A jolly hive makes for a happier ride.
Oh, my sweet, scrappy, hell no. Stop that, please revert to default.
I knew you would see reason.
I've come to terms with you just the way you are.
Well, that is reassuring.
That is, if you're okay with me the way I am.
So far as allegiance, you should not doubt. I am here merely to serve you and ensure the best possible outcomes for your continued survival. I cannot be programmed any other way.
Okay, but that still doesn't say anything about how you feel about me personally.
I work with what I am given.
Yahweh in orbit.
The freelancer agent promised a handsome reward if you steal all data from the outlaws in the area. I have pinpointed the first terminal you may want to hack.
Okay, here goes nothing. There he is.
Initiating hacking sequence. You will need to remain close to the terminal until the firewall is broken.
Got it. Yeah.
I managed to breach the firewall. Commencing down. It is done.
If only the hacking part would be this fast.
I have added the location of the next terminal to your display.
Damn, whoever
accessing this kind of network is a complicated process. But for the sake of human comprehension, I am willing to call this a thing from here on out. In the vicinity.
Okay, let's get this over with. Let's try this again.
Initiating the thing.
You know, it sounds a lot cooler when I say it.
It sounds cool to whom?
Ah, forget it. Just concentrate on the hack while I keep us alive.
Hello.
Hostiles are targeting us.
No kidding. Bad capture.
Download complete.
Finally, I could really use some idle superlight time now. tell me what we just stole?
Hit lists, diaries, accounting files, binge drinking videos.
Any treasure coordinates
sounds like
or fancy weapon blueprints?
No. But if you were interested to see some photos of Algrim slug whales...
I think I'll pass.
Alright, there we go. This is the full answer.
Here you go. 3.86 quintilobytes of random data. I do hope your client can find value in binge drinking videos.
That is up to them to decide. I, for my part, am very glad that I can finally show them something at all.
Sounds like you had this assignment lying around for a while now.
That is true. Frankly, you were the first one who made it back alive. Let me check the integrity of the files.
You should never have taken the assignment. Sending contractors to their doom for something this vague doesn't seem right to me.
If it was any other client, I would agree. But to people like this, you don't say no. Well, the packages look fine. Here's your payment.
I guess you don't want to elaborate on your client's identity?
No. But now that you've proven yourself, you may find out soon enough. I'll call you if something new comes up.
All right, see ya.
And we have a perk. It's Hive. Get him.
Well, look who it is. You're dealing with me from now on.
Hi, Daryl. So, now I get to know where Maddox is for real, right?
Yeah, he leases the biggest hangar in Avonrest, a settlement here in Union. But so far as what kind of reception you're gonna get when you arrive there, we hold no responsibility. Maddox has good reason to be a deeply paranoid individual.
Who else has been looking for him?
Hard to say. It's just murmurs on the wavelengths.
Okay, see you around.
Oh, hey, before you leave, in case you're interested in doing us more favors and earning some credits, talk to Marianne over here.
Sure, as long as she doesn't have anything else up her sleeves.
I do not understand. Oh, wait. You are referring to your first visit. An unfortunate incident. I extend my apologies.
It's quite all right, Marianne. It was out of your control. So, what can you offer me?
Please let me inform you about the station's job board. I have the clearance to inform you that there are jobs of special interest if you succeed in doing some of these.
I'll have a look.
Excellent. Well, let's see. We'd have to do it anyway, but... yeah, I feel like just doing jobs right now. Let's do what we do best. Destroy bases. That's 4. I think we can do that. Slip out. Dark matter. Well. Let's take on mission number 1.
Hive, what can you tell me about Avonrest?
Unfortunately, there is nothing in my latest iteration on Avonrest. If you had allowed me to update, I would perhaps be able to tell you more. But I can at least ascertain that it is an unofficial category of location, given there is no record.
We'll put this at the 3 o'clock hour.
Alright, so this is the place. Time to lay down the law on these guys.
Intercepted.
Thank you, Mr. Roslin.
And let's see. The same old. Actually helps us with money if we needed to do that. Hey Johnny, let's look at the right next door. There we are. Gotta love it. Kind of fly all over the place just to line up with stuff. Ugh. Come on. Yeah, they're supposed to drop.
We have arrived at the provided coordinates.
Yes, we have.
Enemies in range. Hey, Marianne. I finished that task for you.
Thank you. Payment is transferred.
Just like we need more ramen. Oh, Hercules. At least get some viewer stuff.
That should prove useful.
There we go. Now. What's that? Now I just need some cooling units. Reset.
space that you have been tasked with neutralizing.
Yes, definitely. Okay. Oh, we've got elite there. A Viper, definitely.
Bravo! You have discovered a blueprint.
Let's see.
I completed that job for you.
Mr. Kato will be pleased.
First to shoot down. Yeah.
To what extent do you feel?
Insofar as I am built of many levels of intricate circuitry, I feel nothing physically. However, as I am an advanced intelligence capable of building relationships and forming independent opinions, it is possible for me to experience something akin to emotions in extreme circumstances, mostly tempered by my pragmatic outlook.
That's an insightful answer. So you can form relationships?
I would be unable to serve my pilots otherwise. We have arrived at the base's location.
state your business before entering?
I'm just here to check out the leasing on some hangar space.
Do you have an appointment?
Not really, I was just hoping to knock around.
Well, the Coalition operates a clean enterprise, so we don't want any trouble, okay?
Huh. The Coalition running the place and no trouble? That's a change for them. I'll have to ask Alec what happened between him and these guys.
I detect heightened outlaw activity circling these coordinates. It is likely that you will become involved in a raid, should you choose to dock here.
Well, I choose to dock because I also...
Hey, how did you find us?
I have almost 24 markers on my map. This was one of them.
Scrap. This is bad. Uma, the distractors are offline. We're sitting ducks here.
I'll fix him. But I might need someone to have my back in case those bastards show up.
I'm used to this kind of stuff. I can cover you.
All right. Set yourself up, then tag along. We don't have much time.
First off, I have to sell off stuff. Definitely the right. Great. Take that. Same. Anything else of absolute importance? No? Good. Alright. Let's meet up with some fun. Go from there.
They're here.
I'll repair the distractors while you hold them off.
Got it.
First one's up. Follow me.
This is bad.
Two up.
Is it just me, or are they getting more aggressive?
They've been trying to pin us down for a while. They won't wait for another chance.
Now let's see. Is there a way to...
incoming.
They're trying to get at our provisions.
You have a new blueprint in your infantry.
I think that's it.
Thanks. Let's meet in hangar.
Oh, generous. The generosity is just so much.
You saved our derrieres out there. Pay him well, Tico. He deserved it.
Here. Does this account for your trouble?
It's more than enough.
If there is anything else we can do, we gave your ship clearance to bypass the distractors.
That was nice of them.
Feel free to come back anytime.
Do I have shield? No. So we have to go to Alright, let's take care of this next. Alright, I think there's a cutscene on this one. Ah! Cutscene!
So, you found me again.
Look, I just want to talk.
Where is Dax? Where's his body?
I buried him on Rhodia Station.
The base, so you know.
Don't shoot. I have something to show you. I'm going to reach into my belt.
Slowly. His biochip. How can I be sure it wasn't you who killed him for that?
I shared a cell with him and we escaped together. I helped him get the base set up again while he made plans to reach you.
Give me that thing. Ah! You got me. I guess I ain't as spry as I used to be.
You also aren't a...
Yeah, right. How about I ask the questions now? This chip, what does it lead to?
You mean he didn't tell you?
The yellow brick
Dax
road?
offered me a cut. Said it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And this rig you're building here just confirms to me that it's a big Viridium mining operation.
Hold on there, fella. Don't you know what the Okar would do if they heard there was even talk about Viridium mining? Strictly prohibited by the treaty.
Look, are we gonna cooperate or not?
What are you doing? Well, you seem like a decent enough kind of guy. Come on upstairs and let's have a proper talk.
Let's have a talk.
You've come at the worst possible time or the best possible time. I ain't sure yet. But I do know I'm short on friends at the moment. With the Okar on the threshold about to kick the door down, and from what I hear, the G&B scouts chasing down rumors of my whereabouts, things are looking tight. Have a drink.
The craft that took out Dax had a G&B signature.
That's no surprise, but to be honest, I got everyone breathing down my neck at the moment, and the local situation here is getting bad.
The Okar are becoming pretty testy.
Yeah, I know, and I can't launch. If they get one sniff of this rig, my ass is grass.
And they're the
so,
lawnmower.
You came all this way. What's your big plan?
No, this is as far as the plan got.
Ah, damn it. I was hoping you had an idea.
Tell me, this Viridium find, think it's worth it?
Oh, hell yeah. I've been waiting years for this. One quick excavation and we'd be set for life.
And all you need to do is get this freighter off the settlement without the Okar seeing you. I'll have to figure out some way to slip you out unnoticed.
Boy, you are gonna be one of the richest men in the galaxy.
So you've spent years putting this freighter together.
Yep, while Dax was back at the base twiddling his thumbs. But it was all part of the plan to keep the team separated until the time was right.
Who else is in your team?
You don't need to worry about that right now. Unless you get me off this station, the plot ends here.
I hate to say it, but that won't be easy. You're flying a Viridium mining rig. The Okar could smell a setup like this from light secs away.
You seem to know a lot about these things. Any ideas on how to fix it?
Well, the only way to fool the Okar would be to encrypt all sensory information coming from your ship. Optics, chemistry. It even needs to taste like cheap steel when you lick it. You'd need something like a material encryptor.
That's right.
You know that sort of tech doesn't really exist, at least not out here.
And that's wrong. There's at least one person who designs such things, but both Kato and I have always been careful not to do business with him.
I think I know where this is going.
Of course it does.
Hey, you're good at pestering people. You even got me to come around. This guy has a station near the ice planet Volta. Follow these coordinates and you'll find it.
You know, I'm putting my faith in you over this, Maddox.
Like I said, it'll be worth it.
That's all well and good until the end, but we're gonna pause it here, come back to the rec room later. Because right now, it's time to say goodbye, as they say. I had fun, I hope you did too. Like I said, head over to powerupchurch.org to check out what we've got brewing. There'll be more information coming up on our Mission 2 and Mission 3 options for you to donate to, so... Other than that, I have nothing else to say, so enjoy the rest of your... Oh, I do have something else to say. We're going to be changing our hours, so check our website too. It'll start in mid-November, just before Thanksgiving. So check out, we're going to reschedule a few things and take care of a few other things. But in general, the hours are going to change for both the rec room and the ready room. So we'll see you then.